Hey, what up everybody? We're back with another modern video, and today we're playing Mardu. Maybe we should just start calling it Sac-iroth, because this card is somewhat built around the new Sephiroth creature out of the Final Fantasy set. So, just in case you've never seen it before, Sephiroth is a 3 mana value black human avatar soldier with the text that says when he enters or attacks, you may sacrifice another creature. If you do, draw a card. Okay, fine, whatever, blood artist effect, kind of. When another creature dies, yours or an opponent's, target opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. If this is the 4th time this ability has resolved this turn, transform Sephiroth to a 5/5 flying creature that makes a emblem. Now, I talked about this card a little bit in my Final Fantasy set video, and I was a little middling on it, but this card has really proven itself, at least in formats like Standard Pioneer. Modern seems like a really good fit for it too, especially because we have Goblin Bombardment. Alright, sack a creature, deal damage to any target. Sephiroth, paired with that, guaranteed a couple of damage each turn. Pair it with Orcish Bowmasters, and we can really start to see this deck going off. And obviously, because this is a Mardu deck, we're running the base red-white energy shell. Guide of Souls, Ocelot, Pride, Ragavan, Ajani, Voice of Victory, Flage. We're doing all the normal things. Most of these things have either really good death triggers, really good life gain triggers, or sometimes in Flage's case, both. Alright, this deck has a lot of synergy. The one thing that this deck has that the regular Boros deck doesn't is access to hand disruption. There are a ton of combo and value decks out there in Modern right now, and what better way to make sure that they can't get the one-up on you than to, obviously, cast a Thoughtseize. Look at their hand, take out their best stuff. That's a pretty solid consideration when we're looking at this Modern format. Now, the mana base, definitely going to be a little hard. Alright, you're used to the 3 arenas, a bunch of fetch lands, Blood Crypt, Godless Shrine, and Shadowy Backstreet all join the party to help out with the Elegant Parlors, Sacred Foundries, and because we are in a 3-color deck, it's hard for us to justify playing one of each basic, where normally this deck would do it if it was Boros. In this one, we're only going with 1 Plains, 1 Mountain, because again, base red-white deck, really hoping to get there with Ragavan, and hoping that just we can get our stuff down before a Blood Moon or any other disruptive effects. Sideboard, about what you would expect out of this base Boros deck. Wrath of the Skies, Clarion Conqueror, 2 Sea Purges, Orum's Chant, and a Deafening Silence. Because we are a Mardu deck though, couple extra copies of Thoughtseize in the sideboard. We're going with Nile's Spellbomb as our graveyard hate of choice because we can pay a black in addition to sacrificing this to draw a card and exile our opponent's graveyard. And instead of running the normal Molten Rains, Vindicate. It's actually pretty good considering that we can do this to any permanent. So yeah, we can take out lands, but we can't just take out creatures, enchantments. Again, everything that we would want to. Because this deck is, again, 3 colors, maybe it would be good for us to have Showdown of the Skalds. We have an Obsidian Charmall because it is still base red-white. This is good for the Eldrazi matchup, and then Wear Tear to just kind of pick everything else up. But don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and just do the thing. Go ahead and just lava spike it, right? Lava spike that subscribe button. All right, deal some damage to it. We're still mostly a red player. All right, but I'll see you guys in match number 1. All right, Match number 1, and we're going to be on the play. Ooh, this hand could be better. This hand is better. Alright, we're going to put back the extra copy of a Johnny. As much as we would love to just keep it around, we do need to realistically find all of our stuff. Now, next turn, I don't know if we want to fetch Shock. Are they just going to kill a cat? Yep. Alright, cat is dead. Unfortunate for us. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and, as much as we don't want to fetch Shock just to get a Godless Shrine out here, and then next turn we can get a basic and play this Flage. Now, we do have the advantage of having the... Ooh, hold up. Okay. Well. Opponent. Which do we care about more? We're taking out your Ocelot Pride. Alright. Opponent took some damage. Going down just a little bit. Now, they're probably going to go after our Ajani, because just fetching like that means that they definitely have a Flage. Take our Ajani. Hit us for 2 extra. And honestly, I'm not super mad about that. Hitting Orcish is kind of brutal. Ooh, hold up. Hold up, hold up. Now, again, I would love to see something cool here. I want to see if we can make it. I doubt this monkey is going to make it across the line. Monkey might be making it across the line. Hold. Ooh, we hit there, Johnny. But we're not going to do that. Instead, we will play this. And let's go ahead and sacrifice that. Oh, the Bowmaster off the top is going to be sweet. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what our opponent's going to do. If they don't have removal, the Sephiroth can go hard. Arena of Glory is real nice for us. It is a phenomenal start. Uh-oh. They're giving something haste. What could they be hasting out right here? Okay, Season Pyro. Season Pyro. Discarding an Elegant Parlor. See, if they had just played the Elegant Parlor, they would have been able to get Flage out here. If they don't have any cool cards in hand. Oh. Okay. Well. Fantastic. Now, if we can hit a Arena of Glory, we don't hate our spot. But I actually think we're fine with this just because we can go arena right now. And just do about everything we wanted to. We're going to keep Sephiroth in the graveyard, though. Alright, we're going to send that at them. They won't be able to really respond. Yeah, cool. Do your thing. If they don't have a fetch land, we're so good. They have a fetch land, which means they have a flage. Okay. Alright, so opponent's going at our face with that. Come on. Ah. Why? Alright, well, we're definitely just sending that at them. Now, surely. Okay. We're going to go ahead and just play this Ragavan out. Because we do now have a solid plan. Where we can blank their life gain. Which is huge. If they decided to draw some cards, we can kill them. Ooh. Okay, so opponent did get us here. Okay, I respect it. I respect it. They can clear the way, which is pretty sick. Yeah, I like it. So they gotta attack with both here. That way they can just ping ping, take out a couple of our things. Okay, they see the line. Good, good. 3 to our... 3 to our Flage? Oh, you're gonna kill everything. Okay. Okay. So, you want us to... You're gonna have to figure out a good way to do this. There's no way that you're going to sack everything to kill Flage. Okay. Oh, no! You have a Galvanic! Oh, that's so good! Alright, Fetch Surveil gets us something. I mean, that buys us a turn. That buys us a turn. We are dead. Okay, opponent saw the lines. GG's. Alright, so what do we want here? We want Sea Purge. Vindicates could be nice. Wrath is good. And we definitely want the Spell Bomb. What are we taking out? Probably just, let's see. Obviously, Ragavan isn't great in the mirror. And these Thought Seizes aren't super good either. We just run it like this. Alright. Alright, so definitely doing that. Keeping the... Yeah, this is like the perfect hand for us. Alright. Turn 1, Guide. Guide with no damage. If they go for a... Ooh, okay. Aw, whack. Yeah. I'll pay the mana. Now, hopefully, opponent doesn't do anything crazy here. Alright, they're going for the Mountain and a Johnny line. That's actually okay because we can kill a Johnny. And deal with the cat. Alright, so let's go ahead and kill a Johnny. And then we will swing through with our cat. Alright. Alright. So, opponent's just swinging with the 2-1. That's fine. Okay, so we could send this Bowmaster out here, but I don't think we want to just yet. Instead, what I think we'll do is we will just go through with our cat. And then we're going to let this like Guide of Souls come back. That way we can start to get some value off of it. Alright, opponent could somehow hit Flage here, and then their deck really starts to go off. They kept something on top though. So that's pretty big for them. Yeah. Alright, well, what you got? Let's get a Elegant Parlor, Surveil, that into the yard. Hold on. Bowmaster taking out your cat. And... I mean, Voice of Victory is real nice, too. Okay, well... we gotta shock something in here, unfortunately. We do get to hit this opponent in the face for a bunch, though. Alright, both of these going through on red, and, well, opponent just scooped it up. Alright, we can take that. Let's just keep it as is and run it back. Alright. Hand is really good, actually. So let's start with a Godless Shrine and Cat. Then we do... there's a lot that we can do. An opponent decides to go Ragavan, which makes me think that they do have some type of removal here to just do something good, but I honestly want to make them have it more than anything else, because next turn we can still deploy another Ocelot Pride and kill a thing, which is pretty solid. Okay. They hit a Flage off of our deck. It's pretty strong. And see, now we get to do this, which feels like a really strong play too. Now, if they shock here, we feel bad. Oh, opponent only has 2 cards in hand. Okay. Put another card into their yard. It's because I have third land. Yikes. Okay. I mean, we have to kill you. Because if we don't, then we just lose. Okay, they hit an Elegant Parlor off of our deck. Would have loved to hit the Elegant Parlor ourselves. Oh, dog. We gotta hit a white source. Let's go! And let's do this. X is 1. We'll gain an energy. Then we will pay 2. And our opponent is stuck with just 0 cards in hand, 3 lands, and nothing else to do. Okay. I like how this is going. Alright, well, we're doing this now. Alright, opponent's got 4 energy. Yeah. And I think we're just going to go ahead and get a Sacred Foundry off of this. And we're just going to go ahead and play the Nile Spellbomb, let them know that we have it. So it's just really a waiting game. Who's going to go out first? Ooh, okay. Alright, well, let's go. Do you have the card? Alright. We're going to put you under a lot of pressure with this. Okay. Opponent took that out. Well, we have them at lethal next turn. We've got them under a really hard lock to beat. They need Celestial Purge. They need something. They need a lot of cards and some prayer. And a Johnny doesn't do it. Ragavan. Ragavan. No, no, no. No Ragavan for you. Let's go. We got there. We'll see you guys in match number 2. Alrighty. Match number 2, and we're going to be on the draw. We can't keep this hand. And our opponent can't either. This hand is way more keepable. Love this. Probably just going to put back this mountain. Yeah. So keep this, put that back. And our opponent is apparently a video game donkey fan. Alright, so we drew a Ocelot Pride for turn. Love that for us. We're going to go ahead and do this. Make our opponent have to have a removal spell for Ragavan. And then we can start just gaining a bunch of life. And we can use this Arid Mesa to get just a basic. Which, it looks like our opponent might be burn. Like Lava Spike and everything else just really indicates it's burn. Reveal a Blood Crypt. We're going to take it. Oh, wow. Alright, well. See what we hit. We hit Taylor. I don't actually mind that. Okay, so let's go ahead and crack this. Get a Plains out of the deck. And then we will do this. Go and cast a Ocelot Pride. Because now they're going to be put into a predicament where it's either they kill the guide or they kill the pride. They can't do both right now. And being able to take their Swifty is going to be huge. Alright, so doing that, we're going to go ahead and just cast this and hopefully be able to take out most of their board next turn. Alright, so opponent's got a Bloodstained Mire, and they're probably just going to pass here if I had to guess. Oh no, they're swinging. Alright, we reveal a Johnny. I can deal with the Johnny. I can be happy with that. Lava Spike. Alright. Well, if they have it, they gotta have it here. Come on. Let's see. Yahtzee. Ooh. Okay. You got the land. Are you killing the Pride or the Ragavan? You go for the Ooh. Okay. Okay. Big. So big. Great news for us. We're going to 5. Huge problem. But we can go for the Johnny and hopefully get their line over a couple of turns. So hit them. And yes to a Johnny. All right. Kill that. If we can do something like a Flage off the top here, we're good. Seal of Fire. That's crazy. Okay. That's right, we have a stop set in our draw step. Okay. Now, opponent's probably going to just dome us, right? Okay. And we actually have lethal on board. Okay, so they could just go ahead and destroy our Seal of Fire, which is pretty good, or destroy one of our things with Seal of Fire, and that's good. But I think we got there. Okay, so what do we want against Burn? Honestly, this one's probably hard. Just take Thoughtseize out, and I mean, Clarion Conqueror's not doing anything. Sea Purge can. Honestly, Deafening Silence doesn't feel that bad. Stop him from casting multiple spells. And maybe just take out this Static Prison? Well, actually, no, I can see an argument for, like, Wear Tear. And I guess Sea Purge might be fine? Over what, though? Discharge? We want both? Probably? Yeah, alright. And then we'll run it like this. Alright, so we can't really fetch too much in this matchup. Ooh, this is a good hand, though. Okay. So we can get a couple of things here. Okay, so yield through the turn. Opponent gets a Sacred Foundry. They spike us. Alright, so we will take that. Ooh, Barbarian Ring. Alright, so opponent's getting a Tailor on the battlefield, and they're gonna swing at us. Okay. Alright, well, now we just have to do something here. I want to get this shadowy backstreet, I feel like is probably the take here. As much as I like Flage, I think we should go ahead and bin that one since we already have one in hand. We want some stuff that will more efficiently and effectively deal with their board. Alright, we are at 11 though. That is something that we need to be cognizant of. Alright, an opponent's got 4 cards in hand, 2 lands. I mean, if they have double burn spell here, they can definitely deal us a lot of damage. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this. Get their stuff right off the board. Alright. Are you going to kill our Bowmaster? Yes, you are. Real. So real. Okay. That's good. Oh, God. And Sephiroth is going to be good. But not this turn. Alright. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, we're up to 10. That makes it harder for this opponent to kill us. They're up to 4 again. They've only got 2 cards in hand. Again, I'm not hating the spot that we're in. I do hate that we have to go fetch Shock. Well, we don't actually have to go fetch Shock, which is rad. Yeah, I know, opponent. I know. They just went bruh in the chat. Like, I get it, man. I get it, homie. Alright. So opponent's at 12. Okay, they are helixing me? Okay, they're hitting me with a Boros Charm. I mean, if they have land and triple bolt, they got us. Land and triple bolt goes insane. Okay, so we're getting Flage back. Alright. Everything but the other Flage. Now, if you have the ability to stop my life gain right here, you got that, opponent. Oh, God, I wish that was a arena. Oh, God, I wish it was an arena so bad. Okay, come on. No! No! Ah, double bolt wave got there. Alright. Well, we just gotta run it back. We gotta run that one back. Alright, game number 3, we're gonna be on the play. I mean, this hand can do things. And if we fetch Shock and they don't kill this Ragavan, we're kind of fine with it. In fact, if we fetch Shock and they actively don't kill this Ragavan and we hit another land, we're kind of cooking. Okay, they go Mountain and Lava Spike. Just Lava Spike. Let's go. Okay. I mean, we hit a land off of our opponent's deck. That's pretty sweet. Alright, well, we're getting that a Johnny out. Again, I would love for there to be some type of land for us soon. Okay, opponent has a Wooded Foothills. And they are just doing this. Alright, well. I mean, the best thing for them to do is probably kill this Ajani. Nope, they go after the Ragavan. I mean, real. Now, truth be told, Ocelot Pride's probably better here. Because we can at least gain a life, and it does trigger a Johnny. And that's kind of how we won that previous match. If they go after the cat token and not the Ocelot Pride. I mean, we have options. They're not great options by any means. And having this Ragavan in hand does help a little. Alright, they're fetching and shocking. Probably means that if they have multiple spells, our Ajani and the Ocelot Pride are dying. Oh no, they're just fetching. Getting Seal of Fire. Okay. Well. You can stop us from gaining life, opponent. Alright, well, we're casting this Ragavan. Again, land at any point might have helped us out. But I'm not 100% sure how good we are in this spot. Because our opponent's at 8, but they've got 4 cards in hand, a bunch of things. Ugh, they put us to 10. Okay, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can maybe start to develop a board. This is a very tense situation for us. Oh no. Okay. Are we at 1? Okay, that is really bad for us. Oh, we got there. Whew. That was good. See you guys in match number 3. Alrighty. Match number 3. We're going to be on the draw. Yeah. Alright. So, Honestly, this hand's not bad. Could be a little bit better, I suppose, but altogether it's not the worst hand. Strike it rich. So we are playing against Storm. Well, I don't think we're going to be winning this one by any particular stretch of the imagination. I mean, if they go Ral, land Ral here, they kind of have us. Okay, Ruby Medallion is the first step in that equation. Reckless Impulse, hit a Ral, hit a Strike It Rich. Alright, they lost the flip. That's good. Okay, Glimpse. Lost the flip. That's good. See the perpetrator? Yeah, I'm not here. Grab snitches. Alright. Shadowy back streets. Alright, we're killing this Ral. And we're attacking. I mean, we can go Arena, Voice. They sacrifice an Eldrazi spawn to go past In Flames. Okay. Sacrifice 2 to go past In Flames. That's chill, I suppose. I mean, they can Glimpse right now, which will be good. Manamorphose, Glimpse, Glimpse. Strike It Rich. I don't think this is a great hand for them to be playing. I mean, they can go sacrifice a spawn, play Glimpse, be down to 2. But I don't know if that's that great. Okay, they go for the Glimpse line. They hit another Past In Flames into Gemstone Caverns. And a Scalding Tarn. Scalding Tarn's probably the best move. But it's like, fetch and do what? Okay, Artist Talent's actually great. I'll play another Ren's Resolve. You got 1 mana up. You can do a Pyretic and discard. You can go past In Flames again. But I don't know if that's that great either. And Sunbaked Canyon's going to become nothing useful. So you're going to get 2 back off of this. Okay, flashback that Glimpse, but you're down to 1? And it's just Valakut Awakening? Ruby Medallion? Yeah, no, that's not it, opponent. That is not it. Okay, what'd you put into your graveyard? You put a Wish? I mean, if you have a land in hand, sure. Another Strike It Rich. Draw, discard, put another Ral into the yard? Sure. I don't know if they're going to be getting anywhere with this. they're just doing a whole lot, but they're kind of spinning their wheels. All right, Desperate Writ, and you can level this up, I guess. Sure. Make everything a little bit cheaper. Yeah. No, because they can sacrifice that in response. So we'll target our own thing. Gain a bunch. I mean, they've got one card in hand. I mean, realistically, I'm struggling to think of. Okay, you play land. You got 2 cards. You got the Past in Flames that you can cast for 3. I mean, yeah, that's fine. And they've definitely cleared a lot of the non-creatures off the top of their deck. Or at least most of the lands off the top. I don't know, maybe they can do something. Okay, so this opponent is just flashing back a lot of their spells. They're probably going to go for a Glimpse or the other Ren's Resolve soon. Because 1 mana Glimpse is pretty big. Okay, they got Reckless Manamorphose and... yeah, opponent can definitely just go off here. And they are less likely to die off the top of their deck at this point. Alright, so... they won a Ral flip. They flip Ral. He has 10 counters. We basically lose at this point. Because now they can just do everything off the top of their deck. So, yeah, we'll just go ahead and concede here. They're deterministically going to win at this point. We're bringing in the Deafening Silence, the Orum's Chance, and... admittedly, this is one of those combo matchups where Thoughtseize almost seems good enough. Static Prison's not good. And Galv Discharge is pretty trash as well. Nile Spellbomb's fine. We can probably go ahead and get rid of Voice of Victory, honestly. As much as I want to get rid of Bombardment, that is still a pretty decent card. And then we'll run it. Alright. So, yes, we're going to keep this hand. I think we're going to Fetch Shot Godless Shrine here. Honestly, yeah, I think it is Fetch Shot Godless Shrine. Okay. And then we will say go. They can't do anything on turn 1 that's super crazy. I mean, Bloodstained Mire's fine. Shocking it in, doing what? Okay, you Prismo our Guide of Souls. Kind of crazy. Alright, so we're taking a ruby. We're going to go ahead and do this. Yield until next end step. Arid Mesa. Alright. Elegant Parlor. Oh, yes, absolutely keeping that. And we're just gonna go ahead and cast this and make it so that our opponent has the hardest time trying to fight through this. Alright, put Glimpse into the graveyard. Ren's Resolve. You put a Ruby Medallion and a Scalding Tarn. Alright, so... Alright, so we have a win wrapped up next turn, which is good. It's actually really good for us, believe it or not. Yeah. So, Flage is going to die. My mic just fell off of the stand. Which is crazy. Okay, so we have them basically at 1 life below. They got a fetch here. Alright, so if they don't have anything, we kill them. They gotta have Prismo and then hope that they can just go off. Alright. Play a mountain. You don't have a Prismo. I mean, let's go ahead and just do this. Like, they have to have so much here in order to beat us. Okay, an opponent scoops it up. Alright, game 3. We're going to be on the draw. This hand is terrible. Literally no land. Alright, mulling that one. This hand could be better. We're going to put the Shadowy Backstreet back. Okay. That's honestly a start to it being better, believe it or not. We cut off their Past in Flames turns. So Guide of Souls into whatever and flash in Orcish Bowmaster. I don't hate that. That's actually a pretty solid turn. Alright, so they're Elegant Parloring, throwing a Manamorphose into their yard. If they go for a Okay, Ren's Resolve isn't the best spell for them. Ooh. Love that. Okay. Okay, so they go Wooded Foothills. Alright, let's see what they play here. I want to see them go for like a Ral or a Ruby Medallion. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, no? Well, that might actually put a damper on things for us. Yeah. I suppose that is a bit of a problem. I suppose this is a bit of a problem. Alright, so we know that they have 2 cards in exile, 2 cards, or rather several cards over here in... Okay, so we're going to go ahead and crack this. Target them. Oh, God. We could have maybe saved our stuff by casting that Orim's Chant just a wee bit before. Alright, pay the black for that Nile Spellbomb. Make us prematurely blow our Nile Spellbomb. Alright, well, I can definitely say that we might be just a little cooked. Okay, they're getting the Elegant Parlor here. But at what point is that surprising? Now, realistically, we would like for them to go Ruby into Artist Talent. Play the Scalding Tarn. Crack it. Get something basic off of that. Oh. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Definitely can't do that. Okay. Interesting that you go for the Blood Moon. I don't hate it though, opponent. Just... I will admit I was not expecting that. And now we are definitely in a really bad spot because we only have these, like, 2 crappy basics. If we just had the regular Boros mana base, having the extra planes would have been so clutch right here. Yeah, and here comes a Desperate Writ. Do you have a Past in Flames? Yep, Past in Flames. And then casting basically all of these again. Like, I really would just go for the Desperate Writ, Ren's Resolve. Hope that you can hit another 3 mana, like, flashback spell. But you probably just want to go for the Brotherhood's End. Yeah. We are never going to be able to cast this Flage, unfortunately. God, that is the saddest part. Like, we can dash a Ragavan out and then hope that we can. And Past in Flames right now isn't going to do anything for our opponent. Sunbaked Canyon, it's a card, for sure. Alright, well. We are definitely at the mercy of this opponent. They can cast that for 3, go Desperate into Ren. Ugh. Not having the basics right now is hurting, bro. Alright. Yield through the turn. If you can do it, opponent, by all means, do it. Not having Season Pyros really hurting. Oh. Hold up. Okay. Six. Alright, well, let's cast this. Alright, Reckless. And admittedly, this puts it in their graveyard. Man. Those are solid cards to hit. Well, I suppose we do kind of need them to go off. Okay, they draw 1 off of that. I mean, we need them to just hit an absolutely stellar combination of draws here. Like, we could put them to 1, admittedly, and make a Ral hard for them to deal with. But I think even having them at 3 is enough pressure to make a Ral a problem. But again, we need them to just feel the pressure. So there's our exile. Where's theirs? Prismo, Past in Flames, Desperate Writ. Alright, there's the Prismo, or the Desperate Writ. Desperate Writ actually doesn't do anything here, which is crazy. Past in Flames. Oh, God, we could have made this so uncomfortable for them. Manamorphose, Pyretic. I mean, you can do 2 colors and guarantee take out this. Okay, they're not going for it. Okay, we need them to just get wildly unlucky. It's probably going to be the difference between us sacking that Ragavan and not that actually leads them to dying here. Though I do suppose they can also hit the Grape Shot here. But Grape Shot's already in their yard, so they need to actually wish for it. Okay, they flashbacked a Valakut Awakening. They can cast a Valakut Awakening. Opponent's going off. Okay, opponent finally hit the Ral and the Artist Talent. They play the Artist Talent. Alright, so they're casting Valakut Awakening, drawing a bunch of cards, discarding a bunch of cards. They can go for the Ral line here. But I don't think they're going to. I think they're really just trying to go for another wish. That way they can very securely hit what they need to. And especially with 9 cards left in their library, they're not going to risk it with this Ral. And they've still got spells that they can cast to hopefully find the wish. Okay, they're going for the Pyretic. Discarding a Wooded Foothills. There's no way that you're blanking this hard. Reckless. Big Dog. Okay, there's the wish. Alright, there they go. Now they can get the Grape Shot and do it. GG's opponent. Alright, see you guys in match number 4. Okay, so match number 4, we're going to be on the draw. We're keeping this hand. Admittedly, it's a little hard for us to figure out what exactly we want to be doing here, but against Zoo, we're probably dead if they go for the turn 2 Leyline Scion. Ugh, God, and they have Thoughtseize too, so they're the Cecil build? And it's like, I want to go for a... I think we do just have to go for the Sacred Foundry line. As like bad as that sounds, it's like Sacred Foundry playing the cards off of their deck is good. Okay, Flooded Strand and... I mean, if you have Scion, then we just kind of die. You took Bowmaster. And you have Leyline Binding. Q. Alright, well, we're going for the Arena of Glory and just hoping that you don't have anything cool. No Scions, no... Again, anything. Okay, Kavu. I mean... Yeah, we'll go at the face. And I don't know if there was some logic to, like, just holding off there. There might have been. Okay, Blood Crypt tapped. Another Thoughtseize? Sure. You exile Flage from our yard. Okay. Okay. You had 3 Thoughtseizes. Alright, there's a Flooded Strand. I don't really care what you're doing with this. Okay. Big. Shadowy Backstreets. I mean, we'll keep a Goblin Bombardment. No. Okay. Well. There's another ley line. I mean, let's see what this opponent does here. They don't do anything. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, alright, we're at 1. What's crazy is we might be able to, like, just narrowly get around this. Okay, opponent plays Wooded. I mean, if they have Scion. Ooh, Flage. Flage is strong. And we still got there. And we were definitely getting there with that Flage. Okay, so what do we want against Zoo? Definitely the Wear Tear. Vindicates might also be good, and Sea Purge is definitely where it's at. This Thoughtseize is kind of questionable. Static Prison is similarly questionable. And I almost think Ragavan's not that great either, just because it dies to so much of their removal. And run it like that. Hand is terrible. It's got nothing going on besides those Orcushes, which isn't that great. This hand's something. Is it bad that I think we just put back a Flage instead of one of these, like, other cards? Like, I think we can get there on the back of some other thing. And I'm just not quite sure what. Okay, there is a Cecil. Let's go Elegant Parlor, and we'll keep you on top. Cecil being a 2-4 or a 2-1 is good. No, it's a 2-3. Crap. Okay. This Flage is actually terrible in the face of that card. And they do have 4 out of the 5 colors. Okay. So Cecil puts him down to 12. We can go Blood Crypt in the Flage, or Bloodstained Mire in the Flage, which is a really strong line. Okay. Admittedly, it is less strong than we would like for it to be, but we can't complain about this one too much. Alright, they get to hit us for 6 here. God forbid they have a Flage. Six and Flage feels insane. If it is less than half of your starting life total, then transform. Yeah. I think we're just going to let that through. And admittedly, we're going to have to kill this Cecil. Like, oh no. Yeah, we're gonna have to. Okay. Yep. We're gonna go ahead and do this. And kill Cecil. No, don't have the play line. Opponent. Yeah. Yeah. You get the Thundering Falls. Yep. Yeah. Okay, they threw an Arena of Glory away, I guess. That's fine. We're still getting hit down to 1. We're so cooked. Okay. Well. Yeah, okay. Okay. Come on. No Scion of Draco. They hit the Scion of Draco. Okay, well. I mean. Okay, so that'll take me to 3. Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, well. Yep. Yeah, Sephiroth is going straight into the yard. I mean, okay. Okay, so... I mean, that's pretty strong. Sure. We'll swing with this in the air. That's 8, 9, 10. I mean, you're not going to block with your Scion. Okay, we're at 11. We're at much higher than 11. We're at 13. If we hit a fetch land, we actually win, which is crazy to think about. Okay, well, that's 9. Sure. Okay, so that's 4, that's 9. We're still taking a just about lethal amount of damage there. And God forbid. Alright, so that's 4, 8, that's 13. 8 plus 5 is 13. This saves us just enough. So that's 4, that's 2, 6, 11, yeah. Alright, so we are looking for a good combination of cards. I would love to get another token producer on the battlefield. I mean, we're going to go 9 up top. Ooh. Hold up, this is actually big for us. Okay, so we're gonna fly. Yes. Alright, Galvanic, making that die, turning these into really just great threats in the air. Having us make a ton of tokens, gain a ton of energy, have us gain a ton of life, and we win. Let's go. See you guys in match number 5. Alright, match number 5, and we're going to be on the play with a... This hand is so close to being good, man. Fine, Elegant Parlor, sure. Yeah, bro. If you play land tap, that's fine. That actually makes it easy on us. Because we can go Ragavan hasted onto a... Bro. Okay. Actually, hold up. Cast. Destroy. Okay, so you are a birthing ritual deck. I mean, there's certainly worse decks I could be running into. A Johnny would be really great to just play right now. Voice of Victory, okay. Yikes. Okay, well. Unfortunately, if our opponent has a birthing ritual in hand, they just get to go off here. Being able to get rid of their Delighted Halfling certainly made that a little bit better of a turn, I feel like, though. But next turn we can go a Johnny, make Ragavan fly into Sephiroth, sacking a cat, killing one of their things. There's a lot that goes really well with that hand. Drop a Gilded Goose. Oh, never mind. Let's play another Gilded Goose. Okay. Alright, well, let's see if they block it. If they do, sweet. If they don't, even better. Alright, let's make it fly. If you have a... Okay. Killing it. There we go. Took the Samwise out their hand. So now we have left them with 3 lands. One of them is a fetch land? Dang. Okay, well. Okay, well. Opponent does have the potential to just hit us for a crazy line this coming turn. Lush Portico. Keeping a card on top. Okay. Playing the Peat land, and if this is Birthing Ritual, no, you're just drawing a card. Let's go. Ooh, that's scary. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get a Elegant Parlor. Put that into the graveyard. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and do... Honestly, hold up now. We're gonna go ahead and do this and just play Sephiroth out as a hasty boy. Yes, we are happily sacrificing that. Yes, we will be using that ability. Now, the real question is, who's flying? Is it a Johnny or is it Sephiroth? Or rather, the Voice of Victory. Okay, so let's sack one of those. Alright, well, we're doing everything right now. Okay. Opponent's seeing the line here, where if they do that, 4 creatures will have died. And you need to do it like this. Or no, that's 3. Yeah, no, it's 4. Well, let's go ahead and plus... Alright, so Voice of Victory. And this side of Sephiroth says you may sacrifice any number of creatures. So, I mean, if our opponent cannot combo us this turn... Alright, we got there. That's sick. Alright, Nile Spellbomb's definitely coming in. Clarion Conqueror. And... I mean, it's like Ragavan doesn't seem that great here. And neither does Static Prison because it's just super slow. But what do we want to bring in? I think it's just the Sea Purges. But it's like they only deal with the cat, which can kind of get dealt with very quickly. It's like that and Wrath of the Skies seem kind of like relevant cards over this Thoughtseize. And yeah, let's run it like that. Alrighty, match number 2, and we are going to be, or game number 2, we're going to be on the draw. This hand's fine. We can fetch a Blood Crypt here, which, as crazy as that sounds, that's actually like the best line that I think we have. Okay. Because Blood Crypt lets us cast everything that we have in hand except for this Wrath. Okay. I mean, let's... We gotta go Blood Crypt. And it's crazy, but I don't think that we go for the Ajani line here. Just because we're going to go for Clarion Conqueror to stop their activations. Alright. I think we do have to do it like this. Okay, so we will do this, crack and destroy everything. Opponent can't really go into anything. Okay, they're just cracking the game 3. Yeah. Alright, well. They hit a Beseiju. Haywire Might. That's strong. Alright, well. Doing this actually shuts down Haywire Might. Abrupt Decay on the Clarion Conqueror is crazy. Sylvan Safekeeper, also crazy. Well. I mean, personally, I want you to get rid of as many lands as possible to keep your creatures on board. So, do that. Okay. Well. Yep, there's a Sam. Alright. Oh no. Well. I mean, you're not gonna sacrifice another land for this, would you? Apparently you would. Okay. Okay. Okay, you play another land. Okay, so you blow up a Bowmaster. Ain't no way you have two, bro. That's crazy. Okay, so we have the Goblin Bombardment. Okay. So I personally want to see this come to fruition. Okay. Get an Overgrown Tomb. That enters tapped. You draw. Okay. Delighted Halfling. Delighted to have that card. Let's... Okay, you can hit me for 3. I mean, I'm absolutely doing this now. If only because I get to do the Ajani line twice? Okay, so... I personally want to see you sacrifice as many lands as possible to this thing. Because I don't know if you're going to do it twice. The answer is yes. Apparently you will. Yeah. Well, let's do it again. Let's see you sack it. Let's see you sack it, opponent. There's no way that you sack it here. Okay. So, I don't think this opponent has the ability to kill us here, which is actually spectacular. Okay. They've got 14 cards in their graveyard. A lot of which are lands. And they're just playing an oven. Okay. Let's see you do it, little homie. And opponent scoops it up. Let's go. We got the 4-1. I'll see you guys in the wrap-up. Okay, so what do we think of this Mardu deck? It went 4-1 in a Modern League, and honestly, it did what it was supposed to. The only time where it didn't is, ironically, against the one combo deck that we played. It didn't do what it should have against Storm, but we also just kind of drew poorly at the end of that match. I think this deck is actually where you probably want to be in Modern right now. If you're seeing a lot of Zoo and some of those like Vivi Cutter decks showing up in your local meta, maybe this is the direction that you want to go in. Orcish Bowmaster and Thoughtseize are really powerful cards, and obviously, like all the decks that we play, some of the numbers can be tooled with to deal with your local meta. If you're seeing a lot more like Boros and these aggressive card drawing decks, go higher on the Orcish Bowmasters. If you're seeing more of the combo decks, definitely go higher on the Thoughtseize. Sephiroth did show off a couple of times there, and the fact that we got Sephiroth to flip is pretty awesome. But just like other iterations of this deck, some of those like flex slot cards definitely do feel a little weak. Having to trigger Sephiroth 4 times while it didn't feel like a challenge is still kind of a big ask. So maybe we're not just screaming Sac-iroth until the cows come home, but we're definitely going to be doing something with this deck in the future. But that's been everything. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave some comments down there in the bottom for us, and until next time, peace.